The era of the unarmored utility vehicle is over. In 2026, if your doors aren't rated for IEDs and your roof can't stop a $500 drone, you are driving a coffin. The legendary Humvee was built for a different world. Today, the battlefield is an attrition trap. To survive, military powers have spent billions turning four-wheeled trucks into high-tech fortresses. But as the armor gets thicker, the price gets higher. Today we audit the steel cages of the modern infantry. 7 vehicles, 7 philosophies, 1 brutal reality. We start with the heavyweight champion, the Oshkosh Jltv. The United States didn't just build a replacement for the Humvee, they built a Cadillac of War. With its TAC-4i intelligent suspension, the Jltv can fly over broken terrain at speeds that would break the spine of any other truck. It has the protection of a light tank and the electronics of a command center. The Audit? It is brilliant, but it is a logistical nightmare. It weighs nearly 10 tons. It is so wide it struggles on narrow jungle paths in Asan, and at nearly $450,000 per unit, losing one to a cheap drone is a mathematical disaster. It is the best money can buy if you have an infinite budget. On the other side of the world, Russia relies on the Gaz Tigr. The Tigr is the opposite of the Jltv. It is Spartan, it is rugged, it uses a simple mechanical sole that can be fixed with a hammer in a frozen forest. It is designed for the mud of the East, where high-tech sensors often fail. The Audit, while it is reliable and fast, its protection is its Achilles heel. The Tigr was built for mobility first. In the 2026 environment of high-pressure IEDs, the Tigr often lacks the V-hull architecture needed to save the crew. It is a workhorse, but a fragile one.
Europe approaches the LTV with surgical precision. The French Arquus Sherpa is the darling of special forces. It's light, Lince, and incredibly modular. It doesn't try to be a tank, it tries to be a phantom. Then there's the Italian Iveco LMV Lince. The Italians pioneered the Citadel concept. They built a protective capsule for the crew that is physically separated from the engine and the wheels. If the truck hits a mine, the vehicle disintegrates, but the Citadel and the soldiers inside survive. Beyond survival, these vehicles represent a shift towards specialized ergonomics. The Sherpa's low profile allows it to be transported by C-130 or even heavy-lift helicopters into remote zones, while the Lince's modular armor can be upscaled or downscaled depending on the threat level. They are not built for a mass conscript army. They are built for professional, high-value teams, where the cost of losing a trained operator is far higher than the cost of the vehicle itself. The Audit. These are the smart choices for low-intensity conflicts. They prioritize human life over vehicle recovery. Efficient, but expensive to maintain. South Korea has entered the chat with the Kia Raycolt KLTV. If the Jltv is a Ferrari, the Raycolt is a Toyota Hilux on steroids. Kia looked at the global market and realized that most nations can't afford a $500,000 truck. They built a vehicle that offers 80% of the Jltv's performance for 50% of the price. The Audit. The Raycolt is winning the export war in ASEAN and the Middle East. It is easy to drive, easy to fix, and perfectly sized for urban and jungle warfare. It is the most balanced value-for-money vehicle in the 2026 Audit. China's journey started with a copy. The Dongfeng EQ2050 was a reverse-engineered Humvee clone. It was good enough for a decade. But by 2026, China has moved on to the CSK-131. This is no longer a clone. It is a dedicated armored tactical vehicle designed for the PLA's rapid response units. It is heavy, it is armed with remote weapon stations, RCWSs, and it is produced in numbers that the West cannot match. The Audit. China isn't just building a truck, they're building a swarm. The CSK-131 is the backbone of a mechanized army that treats vehicles as consumable assets. In a war of attrition, China's ability to replace these vehicles faster than they are destroyed is a weapon in itself.
But by 2026, China has moved on to the CSK-131. This is no longer a clone. It is a dedicated, armored tactical vehicle designed for the PLA's rapid response units. It is heavy, it is armed with remote weapon stations, RCWS, and it is produced in numbers that the West cannot match. What makes this shift critical is the vertical integration of the Chinese supply chain. Unlike the Jltv, which relies on a complex web of global subcontractors, the CSK-131 is born from a streamlined industrial base that prioritizes speed of assembly and battlefield uniformity. This allows China to deploy entire mechanized brigades in weeks, equipped with standardized parts that make field repairs nearly instantaneous. They have mastered the art of making a high-tech platform feel like a commodity.
So what is the verdict of the 2026 Tactical Audit? If you want the best protection and don't care about the bill, you buy the Jltv. If you want to survive a mine blast in a narrow street, you trust the Italian Lince. But if you are a rising power looking for the perfect balance of tech and cost, the Kia Raycolt is the king of the grid. However, the final truth remains. No matter how much steel you wrap around a soldier, the 2026 battlefield is dominated by the drone. A $500 FPV drone doesn't care about your $400,000 suspension. In the end, the best tactical vehicle isn't the one with the thickest armor. It's the one that's cheap enough to be replaced, but strong enough to let the crew fight another day.